Hello everyone, welcome back to indiancoding.com. Today we are going to study about Python variables. So let's see what is it. Variables are container for storing data values. So variable will help you to store the data values. How can you do that? So for example, let me tell you something that if you're going to take a variable that is x and if you need to store some values. For example, now on screen you can see that I'm going to write one variable and its value. So x is equal to 3. So now I have one variable and I gave the value to store that is 3. So if I'm going to write x here, I will get the value equal to 3. So that's how you can store a value into the variable. So this is the easiest way, or you are able to understand how can we do that. So a variable is created the moment you first assign the value to it. So it will help you once you create the variable, you have to assign the value, then only the variable will be able to work, right? Because if you're not having any values, what is the use of variable? So there you can also write the values like x is equal to type, that is int also, number also, or you can also give the string also. Yeah. So I have provided the two kinds of variable here, that x is equal to 4 and x is equal to Sally. That means it is in the form of int and string also. So these are the kind of variables you can provide. I have provided so many examples here. You can also try those examples. And these are the very easy example you can write. So that's how you can give it. The next topic we are going to have is variable names. A variable can have a short name or a more descriptive name. So right now, as you studied that x is equal to 3, these are the short name I have provided for the variable. Next thing I'm going to provide, my num is equal to 9. So my num is also a variable name. Once I'll write my num, so I will be able to get the value of that particular variable. So these are how you can write the variable names. You can provide as much type of name as you can write. So these are the kind of variables name you can provide. These are some examples I have provided. So variable name must start with the letter or the underscore character. A variable name cannot start with a number. You cannot provide a name that is number. Age is car name, total value. These are the kind of example you can write the variable name. A variable name can only contain alphanumeric character and underscore. So these are the kind of things you can provide it. So I have mentioned these kind of points here. You can read it. So examples you can see, I have provided few example, my var. So my variable. So I have provided the value John, and you can write in different form. How can you write it? So these are kind of the different things you can provide it, and you cannot. This is not the way you write. You cannot give the number as your first letter. I have already mentioned the point there, because you have to write it in alphanumeric form. Not like you will not start it by 2, 3. No, you have to provide the alphabetic form first. Then only you can write the number if you want to write it. So these are the way you can write it. In case of the variables. So variables are very case sensitive. Age are the three different variables right now, because their patterns are different. They are in the capital or small letters. These are the kind. So here on screen, I will do one example. That is, once you studied about the two things I have provided here, that is my num, and I will create one more form. So that is my number. Okay, values. So this is, let's see, how can we create that? This is also a variable name, right? And that's how you can create it. You can give it like this, and I will provide one value. Okay, if I'm going to write it, what is happening that each word except the first name start with the capital letter. Okay, so what happened, you understood that here on screen some examples are given. How can you write that pattern? Each word except the first letter will start with the capital. The first letter shouldn't be starting with the capital, otherwise the other letters can be start with the capital letters. So that's how you can create the different kind of thing. So the next thing we are going to try, that is, let's start like x is equal to y equal to z. Okay, this is the format I have given, that is equal to 10. So what is the value of x? In directly it is equal to 10, and what is the value of y? That is directly equal to 10. So those values are equal to 10. That is why it is going to provide like that way. So whatever you write, it will provide you the value 10, because we have mentioned the code like that, because each values should be equal to 10. So these are the different forms you can create it. It's very easy to understand. Once you run in your command prompt, you will be able to understand how can you run these kind of programs. So if I want to print z, okay, so let's see what we will get. We will get the value of 10, because z's value is equal to 10. So these are the different kind of method you can write. There are so many other formats you can print in that form. So what is global variable? Variables that are created outside a function are known as the global variable. There are two ways to write it. First, you can write it outside the function, and another one is inside the function. So how can we write like that? So here one example I have created. Create a variable outside a function and use it inside a function. I have created a x is equal to awesome, that is outside of function, and I am going to run that inside a function. So this will also work like that. This is called the global variable. You can create a x like that, and you will be able to understand that you can create a variable outside and run that variable inside a function. So that's all for today's class. Tomorrow we'll study about more features related to Python. Thank you so much.